28 years. 28 damn years without a whiff of glory. And right now, Jerry Jones is sitting on a decision that could end this drought or bury us deeper than a West Texas oil rig. This ain't just football, y'all. This is war. The clock's ticking. Stefon Diggs' price tag is a bargain, sweeter than pecan pie at $13 million. But here's the kick in the Spurs. If we don't lock him down by Tuesday, Philly or New York will swoop in faster than a tumbleweed in a tornado. And guess what? We'll be staring down the ghost of our past twice this season. Michael Gallup bled silver and blue. Now, he's hungrier than a coyote to make us regret it. Think loyalty matters in this league? Pause. Neither do front offices. But here's the God's honest truth. If Diggs slips away, we're stuck with a question mark and a WR2 with a score to settle. This ain't about maybe. This is about legacy. Diggs plus CeeDee Lamb? Defenses in tatters. But hold your horses. If we're left betting on a wet behind-the-ears rookie and a Gallup with a fire in his belly, y'all want to spend December praying for miracles or dominating the NFC East like a rattlesnake in a henhouse. Opportunity doesn't knock twice. But regret? Oh, it sticks around like a Cowboys fan nursing a Shinerbach in January. The Lombardi Trophy glints, and a Cowboys helmet slams down like thunder. Time's up, Jerry. Make the damn move so the whole state remembers why 28 years is 28 years too damn long. Howdy, y'all. Let's cut through the noise like a Texas thunderstorm and talk about something that's got every Cowboys fan from Dallas to Dripping Springs scratching their heads. Who's going to step up behind CeeDee Lamb? Now, I ain't one to sugarcoat. Y'all know as well as I do that this ain't just about filling a roster spot. This is about clawing our way back to glory in the NFL, and right now, the air is thicker with questions than a Friday night barbecue. Let's get real. Since the Cowboys waved goodbye to their last reliable WR2, it's been like trying to two-step with one boot. CeeDee's out there dodging defenders like a jackrabbit in a coyote chase, but even the best need a wingman. Enter Stefon Diggs. Now hold your horses. I ain't saying he's the second coming of Emmitt Smith, but picture this. A savvy vet with hands stickier than a mesquite tree and routes sharper than a Bowie knife. Pair that with Lamb's lightning speed, and suddenly Dak's got options hotter than a jalapeno popper. Here's the kicker. Diggs' brother, Trayvon, is already roaming that Cowboys secondary. Y'all think that family rivalry don't light a fire? Shoot, imagine Thanksgiving at the Diggs house if Stefon suits up in Dallas. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room, that ACL tear in Houston last season. Sure, he's 31, but the man racked up 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons before that. That ain't luck, that's grit. And down here in Texas, we respect grit more than a full gas tank. Now let's talk turkey. A 1-year, $13 million deal for a guy who could turn Prescott's passes into fireworks? That's cheaper than a Whataburger meal for what he brings. But here's the thing, this ain't just about stats. It's about sending a message to the whole dang NFL. The Cowboys ain't playing for second place. Diggs could be the spark that turns Lamb from a star into a supernova. Think about it, double coverage on CeeDee? Not if Stefon's burning corners on the other side. Y'all ever wonder what separates a good season from a legendary one? It's those gutsy moves that make folks say, remember when? Signing Diggs ain't just a roster fix, it's a statement. It's Jerry Jones looking the doubters square in the eye and saying, we're here to win, not wait. And let's be honest, after 28 years without a Super Bowl, patience ain't exactly flowing like the Trinity River. But here's where it gets juicy. The Cowboys front office loves a bargain, right? Well, Diggs at $13 million is like finding a Rolex at a yard sale. Even if he's lost half a step, his football IQ is higher than a July heatwave. He reads defenses like a preacher reads scripture, and in clutch moments, that's when legends are made. Plus, with Trayvon chirping in his ear about how sweet that star looks up close, man, that's motivation no paycheck can buy. Now let me hit y'all with something deeper than a West Texas oil well. Think about the last time the Cowboys had a duo that made your spine tingle. Aikman to Irvin. Romo to Dez. This could be Prescott to Lamb and Diggs, a 1-2 punch that leaves defenses dizzy. And in a league where every inch matters, having a vet who's been through the trenches? That's worth its weight in brisket. But here's the rub, time's ticking. Diggs ain't getting younger, and neither is our window. The Eagles ain't slouching, the Giants are scheming, and the whole NFC East is hungrier than a coyote in a henhouse. If we wait around, some other team's going to snatch him up, and we'll be left wondering what if, like we did with Earl Thomas. So here's my question to y'all. Do we want to be the team that reacts or the one that attacks? Signing Diggs ain't just a move, it's a mindset. It's about refusing to let another season slip away while we wait for next year. The Cowboys' legacy wasn't built on caution. It was built on boldness. So, Jerry, you gonna let this steak sizzle, or what? Final thought, if the Cowboys want to hoist that Lombardi trophy, they gotta play chess, not checkers. Diggs isn't just a piece, he's the queen on the board. Now, who's ready to see this team finally make a move that's worth talking about at the water cooler? Y'all think he's the missing link, or are we just chasing ghosts? Sound off. This ain't just Cowboys news. This is our story. Now, let's move on to the second piece of news. How about them Cowboys, huh? Y'all ever sit back and wonder what goes through a player's head when they get that call saying their time in Dallas is up? Michael Gallup sure ain't shy about spilling the beans now that he's suited up for the Commanders. Let me tell you, this ain't just another NFL shuffle. It's a raw look at the grit behind the glitz. Now, we all know the Dallas Cowboys ain't afraid to trim the roster when the cap's tighter than a new pair of boots. Letting go of vets like DeMarcus Lawrence? But when they cut Gallup loose last March after 6 seasons, it hit different. The man bled silver and blue, y'all. And here's the kicker. He tried hanging up his cleats altogether after a quick pit stop in Vegas. Turns out, retirement didn't stick. Now, he's fixing to face Dallas twice a year in Washington. And let me tell you, his honesty's sharper than a rodeo spur. There's a lot of meat left on that bone, Gallup told reporters, his voice tinged with that Texas twang we all miss. Jumping teams after being rooted in one spot? It messes with your head. He admitted he wasn't right upstairs when he walked away, but deep down, he knew he wasn't done. Now, under Dan Quinn again, he's got something to prove. And honey, if that don't scream football drama, I don't know what does. So next time you see him lined up across from Diggs or Bland, ask yourself, would you have let him walk? Y'all stay salty, Texas, and keep your eyes peeled. This season's gonna be wilder than an armadillo in a honky-tonk.